A long, long time ago, Auntie Gladys was married, and she had a family, and she had a great dining room table and chairs and a buffet. Oh, she loved that dining room set. But she didn't respect wood very well because she put a flower pot in the middle of the table, and she would water and water it. Finally, the wood began to raise, and she didn't want that dining room set anymore. And she said to her sister, "I don't want this anymore." And her sister Bernice said, "I would love to take it, but what's all that problem in the middle of the table?" So she did take it, and she had the top refinished, and then it was perfect again. Oh, she had so many dinners on that table. The sides pulled out so she could make it very big. Everybody would gather around that table when they would have dinners and holidays and people over, and they had people over to play cards at night, and it was so much fun. And then they would always have food at the end of the night. The family grew, and everything changed, and she didn't have many dinners over there anymore. But the Janoskis in Wichita had just bought a new house, and it was on Fountain Street, and it had a big, big dining room. And she said, "Do you want me to bring this table and buffet and chairs to you? I think I can talk Barbara and Ed into bringing it up there for you and pack it in his minivan." And so they did. He took it apart and he packed it in there, and Grandma Grape sat in the back with the table in a lounge chair. Off they went to Wichita, and they came to Fountain Street. And she said, "Oh, this is such a perfect place for this table. You will have all your dinners here like I did." They had dinners at the table, and they had holidays at the table. They did the Advent wreath at the table, and they made crafts on the table. Kids sat at the table to do their homework. There was always people at that table. A long time later, it was time to move out of Fountain Street. And so they took it to Atchison, and there was a big basement. And so they put the table and the chairs and the buffet in the basement. Seamus moved to Kansas City, and he had some room. And so they said, "Let's take the table to Seamus. We won't have to take the buffet, but maybe that would make him feel good if he had the table." So Sean came, and they packed it all up, and they took it to Seamus. Pretty soon, he moved, and it was like, "Oh no, what about the table?" But Marcus had moved into a big loft apartment in Wichita, and he said, "I have room for the table." Then Marcus said, "I'm not going to be living here anymore." And he moved to Lawrence. And so they were like, "What should we do with the table?" So he put it in storage. Pretty soon, he moved down the street. And he said, "Guess what? There's a dining room here. I have room for the table." So Jason and Jerome went to Wichita, and they went into the storage unit. And they got the table and the chairs and the buffet. Oh, Marcus loved that table. He said, "Let's have Sunday dinners." Then Marcus said, "Well, guys, I'm moving to New York City." "Oh, no!" Then Jackie said, "Well, guys, I'm going to move into a loft apartment. I can take the table with me." A little later, Jackie said, "Oh, well, just kidding. I'm moving to North Dakota." Then Jackie said, "Just kidding, guys. I'm going to move to Wichita." So Marcus said, "That table has to get over to my dad's house in Minnesota." So Jackie's friend said, I'll take it over there for you. So then Sean said, sorry guys, I need to downsize. I don't know what to do with this table and chairs. And then Kevin said, I'll bring that table back to Lawrence. And he did. Nobody had a big dining room anymore, but Rachel said, I can use that table as my desk. Waiting one day, maybe, to find a dining room again. And so that's where it is right now. It's a desk. The end.
And you know the sun's setting fast, and just like they say, nothing good ever lasts. Well, go on now and kiss it goodbye, but hold on to your lover, 'cause your heart's bound to die. Go on now and say goodbye to our town, to our town. Can't you see the sun setting down on our town, on our town? Good night. Up the street beside the red neon light, that's where I met my baby on one hot summer night. He was the tender and I ordered a beer. It's been 40 years and I'm still sitting here. But you know the sun's setting fast, and just like they say, nothing good ever lasts. Well, go on now and kiss it goodbye, but hold on to your lover, 'cause your heart's bound to die. Go on now and say goodbye to our town, to our town. Can't you see the sun setting down on our town, on our town? Good night. It's here I had my babies and I had my first kiss. I've walked down Main Street in the cold morning mist. Over there is where I bought my first car. It turned over once, but then it never went far. And I can see the sun setting fast, and just like they say, nothing good ever lasts. Well, go on now and kiss it goodbye, but hold on to your lover, 'cause your heart's bound to die. Go on now and say goodbye to our town, to our town. Can't you see the sun setting down on our town, on our town? Good night.
Seamus says, who cares? Seamus said, who cares? Seamus said, who cares? Seamus said,
Buried my mama and I buried my pa. They sleep up the street beside the pretty brick wall. I bring them flowers about every day, but I just gotta cry when I think what they'd say. If they could see how the sun's setting fast, and just like they say, nothing good ever lasts. Well, go on now and kiss it goodbye, but hold on to your lover, 'cause your heart's bound to die. Go on now and say goodbye to our town, to our town. Can't you see the sun setting down on our town, on our town? Good night. Now I sit on the porch and watch the lightning bugs fly, but I can't see too good, I got tears in my eyes. I'm leaving tomorrow, but I don't wanna go. I love you, my town, you'll always live in my soul. But I can see the sun setting fast, and just like they say, nothing good ever lasts. Well, go on, I gotta kiss you goodbye, but I'll hold to my lover, 'cause my heart's about to die. night. Good night.
And then I don't have this.